indicators for braking points and turn-in points. Kind of varies depending how your car brakes, but I imagine this car stops pretty quickly.
It does. I'm still learning to trust the brakes though.
Yeah, so Phil Hill, I'm usually flat on the power until the rumble strip on the right, just before at the bottom of the hill. Brake pretty hard there, stay out late for a late turn-in so that I can accelerate from the crest down, and then on the rumble strip on the left side, you know, where the green cone is. Want to be on that so that I'm kind of pointed towards the outside of the track without trying to make a turn there. Kind of going straight across over the hill at an angle.
So really no steering, no straight line in the steering? A little bit?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that. The suspension kind of equals out.
If you turn in too early there, you're off the outside of the track, or you're not on the power. So you want to be able to get on the power as early as possible, because that leads, I mean, that sweeper is pretty much like the straightaway.
Yep.
So I would brake at the start here, turn in at the end of the rumble strip, and that's pretty much every corner you can use that. So that you want to be on the rumble strip, you know, the edge of the rumble strip here, unwind the wheel so that you're out here, work left, and then the first rumble strip on the right, pretty tight on that cone so the car will go mid-track, and then bear right into that rumble strip at the bottom of the hill, be over that rumble strip, and then set yourself up to hit the apex at the crest really tight, and you know, you're on the throttle going downhill. So you'd want to be over the rumble strip here. I would touch the brake here on my car to set it up. Yep, tight there, and you're, you know, aimed at those cones basically, and then gradually work your way back. So I don't know if that's kind of what you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to practice that.
And then tight here. Let the car drift
so
a little bit.
on the rumble strip there, huh?
Yep.
Okay. And
you want to be far right at this cone, and then start working mid-track. Out here, the track kind of rolls off, and it'll want to bring you out. But mid-track in, it's banked slightly. So you want to be mid-track and then keep working down so you're tight on this cone. And then, you know, because that, most cars, you're flat out all the way through there as part of the straightaway.
Certainly. Have you ridden in the C8 yet?
Nope, I have not.
Okay. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to this car. It's got a lot of power, so certainly the brakes work well, but you're definitely going fast.
Yeah.
So gotta pay attention to that, yeah.
So this one pretty much wants your braking done by the time you crest this hill. And then late turn into rumble strip, and you can be on the power up this. You want to be tight in there on the rumble strip. Aim for that rumble strip at the edge, and then touch brake hard left because you want to be tight here. Don't worry about carrying a lot of speed here because you want to be tight on this cone. This sets you up for the back straight here, and then tight on this cone. Unwind the wheel so that you're using the whole track. My whole thing is trying to get on the power as early as possible, so that your, you know, the end of straightaway speed can easily improve 10 miles an hour. So if you're on the power early.
Yeah, this one likes to step out, so I got to make sure the steering's nice and straight.
Yeah, you don't want to be too wide on that turn because it's always got marbles out there, and you'll end up bringing the rear end around. But that's a hard corner. You just can't carry a lot of speed no matter what you do. So this one, a late turn in, I try to get the rumble strip on this side so that I'm accelerating and using it. It's a flat rumble strip, so you're okay. Same with this one. You know, it gives you a little extra track.
Yeah, some of these are a little bit slippery. I've noticed some of the rumble strips.
Yeah, because they're painted, especially on a damp day, they're a little slippery, so you got to be careful on them. I'll leave that up to you. If the car feels like it's, you got to have confidence in the tires, or you can't go fast. So this one, again, you want a tight turn in so you're on this cone and accelerating out, and unwind the wheel as soon as you can. So through the S's, the last rumble strip is flat. You can run over that without a problem. These other ones, you kind of can be on the edge of them, but if you're too much on them, it upsets the car. So you can kind of go edge to edge to edge, but the last one, completely flat, so you can use part of the track.
Certainly.
This one here, you can run right over. It's no big deal.
Yeah, what worked well for me with instructors in the past is they really observed my driving on the first lap or two.
Yep.
Then they would point out like one thing that they thought that I could work on, or some bad habit that they noticed.
Sure.
That's really been improving my driving.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm a singular focused person. I like to focus on one thing at a time, and I think that's helped me. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give you too much information.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
just
Well, I appreciate
trying to tell you what has worked for me, where I can pick up speed.
Yeah,
So,
certainly. My first weekend with this layout, so it's definitely a learning curve.
boy, this is a big group. There's going to be a bunch of traffic.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had that all weekend.
Certainly. Yeah, me and this green Camaro were pretty much always catching the back.
Yeah.
We started out in front a few times, but yeah, it's been pretty trafficy. But yeah, you get a few real hot laps where you can practice. It's
Right.
good.
Well, I always suggest to all the drivers to run the same line, no matter what the speed is, if you're in traffic, or just to get used to that line all the time.
Yeah, get that muscle memory.
Yep. You can pass on the right, front and rear straight if you want.
Not sure how hot the brakes are yet. nice, but
I couldn't see him in my mirror, so
yeah, I was letting him pass. Yeah, he's quick.
he is quick.
He came up on me real fast.
That's better there, nice and tight.
They go to
They want you to pull up off to the side, so if there's an emergency vehicle, making
go
a
to
buy.
one side if they can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Anything?
You know, I would just say I'm sure the car's a beast to drive.
Yeah,
Try to be smooth, you know, as smooth as you can, so that you're not jerking the car, you know, too much, because that's where you'll lose it if you know, those abrupt changes. But I can tell from the way the car applies power, it wants to jump sideways sometimes.
Yeah. So that's why I still got traction control on. You know, I'm like not to the level where I want to get all the way off, but
yeah,
I would like to learn. I feel like I have the idea of when it's going to brake and not. I gotta still learn the car a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the speed of the brakes seem pretty awesome, but the speed of the car is even over the top.
It's got a little, much more power than I'm used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming into those corners, you're coming hot. How about the lines? Any particular corner do you think is a wink for me?
No, I think your line's pretty good.
Okay. I think it's a balance,
you know,
between how to drive this car and the line.
I always have to tell myself not to turn in too soon, so I'm always telling myself either stay out or wait.
Yeah.
Because the tendency for everybody is to turn in too soon. And especially on this corner, every corner is a late corner, pretty much the way they want you to run it. And you know, this one's so important because it leads all the way around the back straight. So if you can stay out late here, so that you crest the hill kind of in a straight line but almost at an angle, so you're going towards the outside of the track a bit, so that you're on the power, you know, already making this part of your straightaway.
So where would you say, so positioning the car obviously to the outside, but you already want some angle before the turn in?
Yes.
So you kind of hitting that slick apex
like,
kind of late because you want the angle? So you're
I would say
coming all the way, rotating that way, right?
Well, not all the way out, but if you go over the rumble strip, kind of angle towards mid-track, and then start your turn in just before the crest, so that
you do most of your braking kind of right here.
You're braking here and setting the car up so that when you're where the cone is, you want to be over that rumble strip, kind of going in a straight line, but at a bit of an angle, facing towards those cones that are on the downside, you know, so that you're going towards the outside of the track.
All right.
And generally, you can be on the power, you know, by the crest. This car is pretty fast. You might not be able to get on it before the crest.
Yeah, it's a little frightening to get on the power at the top of the hill, but
yeah, but by the green cone at the top, I would think you'd be hammered down.
Yeah.
You know, heading down that short straight through the right-hander.
All right. Yeah, that's a nice exit there. Will give you a lot of time.
Oh yeah, it sets you up for that whole back straight.
Can't tell what color that is.
It's really hard to tell in the sun. Oh, black.
Okay.
Wait, a waving black flag. they're gonna, all the stations will be waving, they're gonna bring us in. That means the pace car's out and they want us to come in. So we'll see at the next station if they're waving black. They'd bring us all in and stop us and then send us on. Well, they got looks like standing black. Okay, they're gonna bring everybody in.
Okay.
And then restart. So what's your background? Since we have a lap, we can talk a little bit.
Yeah, so I did a VARA school in 2020.
Okay.
A couple of track days. I was out in Germany. I got to drive Nürburgring one time. Mostly sim racing.
Okay.
So that's kind of where my muscle memory is coming from, and
yeah.
I'm sure I instilled a lot of bad habits because I never got proper instruction before I started doing that.
Okay.
So I've been kind of trying to study the theory a little bit more, break my bad habits. So that's kind of why I'm out here today. Is like I want you guys to point out the bad habits that you notice.
Okay.
And I'll try to work on those specific things. Yeah, but I live out in Idaho now.
Okay.
So I've been out there for a couple years. I'm an engineer.
Okay.
So work full time doing that right now. How about you?
You know, I've been in the auto, mostly repair business my whole life. Started racing back in the late 70s in SCCA. Ran a big bore Camaro back then.
Okay.
And been doing autocross, and I'm running a small bore car right now. Just because it's cheap to run, and I fell into the car for almost nothing. So I've been building Fiat race cars for people for a while.
So you're a big hands-on guy, huh?
Yep.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm an equipment engineer, so I do get a lot of hands-on work doing that.
Okay.
Work in the semiconductor business though, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, growing up, just working on cars with my dad, and you know, my first cars when I bought them when I was 16. That kind of got me the bug of mechanics.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, mechanical engineering seems like a good fit.
Right.
So yeah, you gotta love the machines, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. It's really fun to make them a little faster, turn a little better,
Certainly.
do all the fun stuff with them.
Yep. Know what does what, all the tuning aspects.
So whereabouts in Idaho?
Boise area.
Okay.
Yeah. So originally from the Central Coast. My parents live out in Paso Robles.
Okay.
And then I went to school down in San Diego. So I
All
lived
right.
there for about 15 years before I moved out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm in Southern California, so I've been there since I was a little kid.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was born in Fountain Valley. My parents are both Southern Californians.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I grew up in Covina. I've lived in Claremont since the early 80s.
Nice.
Claremont's kind of Ontario, Pomona, you know, up along the 210 freeway, right at the base of the foothills.
Okay. Yeah, there's another Claremont in San Diego, but I think it's technically San Diego.
Spelled slightly different.
Yeah.
So our Claremont
there
is
for a
a
while.
little college town tucked in amongst everything. There's
cool.
like 11 colleges there. So
Wow.
Harvey Mudd College, Pomona Pitzer, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
So how close are you to the coast then? Where?
Oh,
in
45 minutes or so. You know, we're kind of on the edge of the Inland Empire, right at the edge of LA County, where San Bernardino County.
Yeah, I have some family over in Riverside.
Oh yeah, that's
Right
like a
before-
half hour east of us.
I lived in Temecula last. That's technically Inland Empire,
Okay.
and that's right before I moved out to Idaho. Lived there for a year.
So have you simmed race this track?
No, they don't have this on my sim.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, I practiced on Willow Springs before it came out,
Okay.
and then I did a couple of wet races just to get my bearings with this car. So I tried to match the setup exactly. So this is a Z51 setup. So I, did all the suspension tuning, little bit of aero, but Chevy doesn't tell you how much downforce these produce.
Right.
So it was hard to match that.
Yeah.
So I tried to match tires as best as I could, but came out with these all-season tires. The guy said they're the summer tires, so that was different. But yeah, I think Willow Springs was good practice because a lot of the corners are kind of similar. I just did Big Willow a lot. Just the crest that you get, it was helpful, I guess.
Yeah, so if you kind of set it up so that you're over here, about here, you can start your turn and set up aiming for these cones. So as long as you don't turn in too early, you probably go full throttle down the hill.
Okay.
If you turn it too early, you're going to be off the right edge. This turn, from the middle end, it has enough of an angle to hold you in. So as long as you work down to that cone and stay tight, you can carry a lot of speed through there. This track is there's a couple of corners that it's not important to try and be fast in because it'll screw you up for the exit and you'll lose time on the straights. So this corner is one of them. After the hill, you know, where you make the right-hander, if you go too fast into that, you're wide, you lose the entry onto that short straight.
Even if the wheel's straight sometimes.
Okay.
These tires are a little under grippy for this car, I think.
Well, you can feel the grip on the tires, I can't. So if I'm telling you to accelerate from a point and you can't do it because we're going to lose the car, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay attention to what I feel.
Yeah.
For sure. I go past, look for another flag.
Yeah,
Get yellow.
Yeah, once you're past the incident, you're free to go.
Okay.
And you can, especially on a standing yellow, you can be at speed. That pretty much means something's going to be off track. You just can't pass.
Gotcha.
Waving yellow, you got to figure there's something on the track. As soon as we get around the curve, by the time you're at that green cone, you can go by him.
That's the corner I've been under braking. So I'm trying to nail the braking point on that one. It's been one of my main practices.
Yeah,
I'm almost there. It's such a high-speed corner that you gotta trust it.
Well, yeah, you can use it. You can use the hill to help you brake.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
So
this car has enough power to kind of overcome the brakes on that.
Yeah.
But
I'm pressing as hard as I can.
Oh yeah.
And it still locks up, but yeah. Maybe yes.
Well, probably a race pad would be more aggressive and might, pull it down quicker.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of pads it has on it.
I'm not sure. Z51 pads, whatever they are.
That braking done by the time you hit the crest, because you don't want to be braking when the car gets unweighted. Stay track right if the alright, you're free to go down.
I guess I'm a little confused with the passing zones.
Yeah.
But that one's a passing zone?
Well, I didn't think they'd opened it up yet. They said they were going to, but this morning, because it was wet, they kept it closed.
This would be?
Yeah, we'll do the same thing with the Mustang. Get around the curve and go by them there. Time, you just don't want to lose time there.
Gotcha.
Because it's going to affect getting onto this straightaway.
So I was a little too hot through there, you're saying?
Just a touch.
Tires were breaking.
Yeah, because it affects the next turn, which sets you up for the straightaway. If you carry too much speed through there, you're mid-track, you can't get tight on the right, which makes you not be able to start that straightaway until the car's sorted out until you're on the power.
sorry, repeat what you said. Hard on the brakes where?
At the top of the hill. You know,
Okay,
you're
before the crest.
accelerating up the hill, you turn left at the top of the rumble strip.
Yeah.
And at the top of the hill, I just touch the brakes to slow the car on the downslope.
Okay. Yeah, just
after the
scrub a little
crest.
bit before you do that right turn.
Yep, so that you set the car up so you can keep it tight on the right turn.
All right.
Because that allows you to get an early exit going left onto that short straight.
I think I felt the car kind of rotate left a little too much, and then I snapped it right.
Yeah.
It's probably just better to keep that angle and already kind of start it through that next turn. So I was just really trying to place the car to the outside. I don't know if that was the best way to do it in that turn, but it didn't seem like it.
Well,
It seemed
whenever
like I
it feels
coulda-
good, you still want to carry too much speed down that hill and end up going wide. That screws you up for that straightaway, and you can carry quite a bit of speed onto that straightaway if you can get it on the power early. So I think you got this nailed. You're doing really well.
It's
You're
feeling
getting on
better.
the power.
You can really feel the rear tires kind of lock in,
Right.
and it sets the angle, and then you feel like you kind of float over it. Yeah, the last instructor really helped me there, so something I was practicing.
And here you just want to start working down inside as you come through this
more
turn.
gradual.
So that you're
'Cause I'm
tight.
waiting for it, but I guess you're losing distance on the track.